Hello and welcome to the international discussion on the Creative Society channel. We are happy to continue our conversation about the historic forum that took place on April 22nd, 2023, called Global Crisis, There Is a Way Out. Today, we have one guest joining us from Spain, Yuri Vergara Rodriguez, who's a freelancer. Hello and welcome. How are you today?
Hola, ¿qué tal? Encantado de estar aquí.
Hi, very glad to be here. My name is Yuri, and it's a pleasure to be a part of the Creative Society.
Let's briefly remind our viewers of information that was shown at the forum. The first part, the report in detail described what dangers await us in the near future. These dangers are related to destabilization of the planet's core and the rise of magma, the growth of deep focus earthquakes, and what is the peculiarity of the structure of the planet's core. In the report, for the first time, was provided information about how life on Mars actually perished and why Earth might have the same fate. The report also revealed why we humans play a key role in the fact that the cycle of cataclysm may be the last for the Earth, and how our activities have disabled the main defense mechanism of our planet.
Yes, and then there was a second part of the forum, which in great detail showed the solutions to all the global problems and crises today. And this solution is the Creative Society. And we presented numerous videos and speeches which were presented that benefits each person. Also, we spoke about the importance for each person to start taking action right now and what steps can be taken to inform all of humanity about the Creative Society. And then at the very end, information was shown for the first time to humanity, the scientific hypothesis that provides an insight into all of the creation. And what has been hidden to us is now revealed. If you haven't already, please watch the forum. And now we would like to move into our first question.
Exactly. The first question is always related to what inspired you the most in the forum. So please share with us what stays in your mind, what do you remember, and what part you like the most?
Bueno, pues sobre todo
Well, it was the approach to this question that impressed me the most, didn't it? Because we need to inform, because we need the information of such a level, right, about the causes and understanding a little deeper about the cycles that have been mentioned in the forum, the 12,000 and 24,000 year cycles. And basically, if you sort it out a little bit, things become a little easier. A sort of climatic picture, if I may say so, in which we are shown how we are being deceived. So to call this information striking is a very mild way of putting it. And of course, as for solving problems, what the Creative Society is focused on, the values it brings to people, the benefits, not only in terms of money, but also in terms of health. Simple human rights, when a person can have 60 square meters housing just because he was born and not be enslaved his whole life, paying for what is rightfully his. It actually has a lot of advantages, and focusing on this society would something of a miracle, at least being at the stage that we are at.
We had social surveys where we asked people from around the world, how would they spend the $10,000 a month? And it would be interesting to hear from you as well. If you've had all the benefits in the Creative Society, you had free healthcare, free education, you had housing and everything else, what would you do with the $10,000 a month?
Pues se hace un poco difícil la pregunta.
Well, the question is a bit complicated, of course, given that you won't have to pay for almost anything. Let's think about it. I would mostly focus on projects, for example, to start with what we've run too far. We have polluted too much, that is the environment. We could, for example, since we would have 10,000 euros, almost none of us aspires to live on such money, so we could perfectly allocate 4,000 euros for ourselves. At least in Spain, where I live, such a salary is more than enough to live on, and to use 6,000 euros, for example, to team up with a group of friends and start doing projects to clean up the planet and for many, many other things. But it is one of those things that I would focus on first, because to see how things are and to know that, for example, the amount of trash in the sea is reaching the size of an entire country, well, it's very disturbing. So in general, that would be good, as we would get almost everything for free. It would be a selfish approach and opportunity to deal with these things.
Yes, exactly. It's a very, very good point that you made, especially because of the status and what is happening with the ocean. Because it's a very, very important part of our planet's immune system. And we have only one planet, and we really need to care about it. Because what is happening right now with microplastic, with nanoplastic, and these particles that are in the ocean right now and influencing it a lot, and it just cannot make this immune system functions. It's very, very important. And more details. So, dear viewers, if you have questions how the ocean is to do with the immune system of the planet, please watch the forum. It's also very well described that, and exactly right now it's a very great opportunity to inform other people about creative society using this example of the ocean and using all these, for example, the auroras, the polar lights that we saw in some particular Slavic countries and in the other areas. So in the area where it should not be. And you can just use these examples, inform other people and start asking a question, why is this happening? What is going on? And I will have also a question. Can you please tell us how you personally inform other people about creative society? What kind of example you use and what you usually tell?
Bueno, pues principalmente.
Well, when it comes to informing, I mostly try to focus on the 8 pillars that the creative society is built on, and that they are totally focused on human values, which, after all, we should have been focused on for quite some time. But when it comes to talking about it, I try to focus a little bit on those aspects, because, for example, here in Spain, and I would say in all of Europe, there is a very relevant issue that I think is really worth mentioning. It is the question of Agenda 2030, because globalism is presented in a rather perverted form, whereas the true meaning of globalism is to bring people together and make real progress, because if we're divided, we obviously cannot make progress. I think this is the topic that is very important. Of course, I try to focus on the 8 pillars because people are not very disposed to perceive. But of course, once they start to explain it well and they understand you, then they start to realize both the value of the 8 pillars and that all the benefits and the technology that we're going to get. It is as if they begin to understand and see the word globalism in its internally, because in itself it is obviously good for them if we're talking about the development of humanity, which is, in my opinion, what the essence of the creative society is all about.
And the 8 foundations are very, very important. But those are the pillars, the 8 pillars on which the creative society is based. And this is, they also represent what people want and what people need. And also, I wanted to ask you, you talked a lot about the technologies that you saw that were presented in the forum. Could you please tell us, what is that 1 or 2 technologies that really caught your attention that maybe you would like to share with our viewers?
Pues, a ver, principalmente.
Well, let's see. First of all, it is a regeneration capsule. It is something that really, to put it blindly, blew my mind, because it is something that, yeah, it's just hard even to imagine at the stage that we're at, and the technology that we have seen, we have been taught, isn't it? So of course, a regeneration capsule that can cure any ailment, any problem, physical or psychical. After all, it is something that many people pay for and work their whole lives to be able to have certain procedures that they know today are quite expensive depending on where we are on the planet. So I see the regeneration capsule as a perfect first step toward the life we all deserve. After all, to go through life without suffering from anything. I, for example, was injured in a car accident. I had spinal surgery, and of course, I would like to be able to remove the titanium plates that I have, and be able to rebuild my bone tissues naturally, so to speak. And in my example, of course, it would be something extraordinary to be able to live without pain, because after all, anyone who suffers from this kind of pain and who has had spinal surgery knows that there is no cure or drug that completely cures, even if it is just minor aches and pains that aches. You have to resort to natural remedies, and the truth is that the regeneration capsule is really something super cool.
Right. And maybe right now we can watch a video about the capsule so that our viewers can get familiar with it as well.
Cody, any news for me?
The regeneration capsule has been installed and configured. It's also synchronized to your personal medical assistant.
Cool. Cody, I want chocolate milkshake.
The recipe from Gabby Kozak.
Yeah, that milkshake is amazing.
Done.
Wow, you are a beauty indeed. I see they implemented all my design suggestions. Wonderful.
Greetings! I'm a regeneration capsule, the first generation. Would you like to undergo the body regeneration procedure?
Do I have to?
When analyzing the data from your personal medical assistant, I discovered that you suffered a fracture at the age of 10. It healed but left a slight dislocation, which deformed your joint, causing pain and potential damage to the joint cartilage if you exercise. The surgery that you had at the age of 16 to remove your appendix left a scar on your skin. Your frequent, unbalanced diet has also caused your body to malfunction. I can eliminate all the consequences and restore your body to its perfect condition. Would you like to start the treatment?
Yeah, I guess so. But first, I'd like to know more about you.
Shall I start the presentation video?
Yes, go ahead.
The regeneration capsule of the first generation 1.0. The regeneration capsule is a unique daily comprehensive care for your body that includes diagnosis of your body, prevention and treatment of any diseases except mental disorders, restoration of lost body parts and organs, body shaping according to your wishes, hygienic procedures, and cosmetic body care. Thanks to this innovative method, you will be able not only to revitalize your body, but also to extend your life up to 1,500 years. The regeneration capsule works at the information and physical levels. At the physical level, the regeneration capsule will detect any parasites, viruses, bacteria, or toxins in your body, extract energy from them and transform it into useful elements for you. It can urgently remove any pathological changes, such as blood clots, hemorrhages, or stones, eliminate inflammation, and restore damaged organs and tissues in the body. Thanks to this technology, there is no longer a need for hygienic procedures such as taking a shower or brushing your teeth. Epithelial particles or any dirt will be broken down into elementary particles and used as useful building material to transform your body. At the information level, the health capsule restores all the functions of the body and rejuvenates your body at the DNA level, as it contains all the information about how the body should function. The capsule only changes the program inside the DNA and corrects just 1 pixel at the beyond quantum level. The rest is done by organism itself according to the new information. In this way, any cell can be reprogrammed. Everything unnecessary is removed and everything necessary is added. Thanks to this technology, you can change your appearance, change your height, weight, body volume, and set a program for the regeneration of limbs and organs. By changing information at the beyond quantum level, you can make a cell, as well as the entire body, rejuvenate and live a long life. Moreover, the whole process takes place at the micro level, completely painless and safe for you. Thanks to the regeneration capsule, any diseased organ can be repaired instantly, and its function will be restored. There is no need to replace your heart with someone else's to make it start beating. It is enough to run the necessary program on the regeneration capsule. Now you can choose any look you want. To transform the entire body, it takes time depending on the scale of anthropometric changes for the body to transform according to the new information in the DNA. Physical transformations in the human body take place over a period of 9 to 14 months. Start the rejuvenation and life-sustaining program in your capsule, and every day you will feel healthier, younger, and stronger until you reach the biological youthful age defined by your program. It is possible to extend human life by an average of up to 1,500 years in a young and healthy body. You can also change the characteristics of your body according to your preferences. The capsule technology allows you to become an athlete with any body type, muscle tone, and level of training, and maintain this form according to the parameters set by you. You don't need to spend any personal time exercising. Just 30 seconds spent in the capsule in the morning can replace hours of workouts, freeing up time for your personal development. All necessary procedures, including hygiene, are performed simultaneously with the transformation program. The capsule technology is very easy to use and completely safe for everyone. Information about your personal parameters and preferences will be stored in a unified database. When you travel anywhere in the world, you can activate your personal program with any other capsule. All you need to do is to use your individual code, and a perfectly tuned capsule is at your service. The regeneration capsule is an innovative technology that allows you to stay healthy and youthful for many hundreds of years. Forget about any diseases and improve the quality of your life. We wish you a creative use.
Wow! That's awesome! So you can really cure all diseases?
Yes, in fact, most diseases are caused by infections. I can eliminate them very quickly. For example, Alzheimer's disease is caused by a parasitic infection. These microparasites generate a calcium casing around themselves, resulting in excess calcium on the axons, and that in turn leads to neuron connection breakdown and brain cell death. On the other hand, these are living microorganisms, so I can extract the energy from them, remove the excess calcium from the axons, and relocate it to where it's needed. The excess calcium is then removed from the body. All relevant neurons will be restored based on your individual DNA program. If you want to increase brain functionality, I can also create active neurons and increase their number. As time passes, you will gradually adapt to the increased brain functionality. The complete program to cure a person takes 30 seconds, and they will leave the capsule completely healthy.
Oh, it's good to know I won't have to worry about Alzheimer's. But can you make me look pretty?
You have very beautiful facial features and body shape. What changes would you like to make?
Well, I'm not really happy with my nose, and I wish my hips were smaller.
No problem, just choose a program.
Wow. So I don't have to go to the gym anymore?
Only if you like to, for the sake of enjoyment and socializing with other people. I can make external changes to your body without any negative effects on your health. For instance, if you have excess weight, I can dissolve fat inclusions in your tissues and remove any excess fat cells. This will reduce your body weight and volume, all while keeping the process fully under your control. Additionally, I can help increase your muscle mass, allowing you to improve your physical strength and endurance, as well as strengthen your bone tissue and ligaments. All this is possible without compromising your health. This entire body transformation program can be completed in 9 to 14 months.
So I don't have to follow any diet anymore?
You can eat whatever you enjoy as much as you want. You don't have to follow any diets anymore. I will add whatever is necessary to your body and remove the unnecessary. This is covered in the daily care function and will take 30 seconds.
Are there any restrictions on use of the capsule? Age restrictions, for example?
There are no restrictions.
So wait, even newborns can be placed in the capsule?
Yes, in fact it's even necessary. And moreover, the capsule completely controls the fetal development from the moment of conception until the birth of the child. Starting with the first cell division, there will be complete control over the development of the fetus. After all, it is already an organism with an organism. As the baby is born, it is under complete monitoring and care. It will have a perfect body, with a perfect program, and a perfect immune system. The capsule can accompany the pregnancy and be used during the delivery. It monitors the fetus and the mother. It can create an absolutely comfortable and proper state during the delivery.
Also, I'm a bit confused. What do you mean that we don't have to wash ourselves anymore? So we don't have to wash our hands either?
This is no longer necessary. All the more, a conventional shower cannot cleanse your body as perfectly and safely as I can. After the daily care function, all excess epithelium, germs, earwax, and other bodily secretions will be cleansed from your skin. These, as a valuable construction material, will be converted into elements that are necessary and beneficial for your body. If you prefer, I can also remove all unwanted hair from your body.
Now that sounds pretty good to me. It really sounds tempting. But I'm just a bit concerned. With all this manipulation with our DNA and body parts, would I become a mutant at some point?
No, that's impossible. The first foundation of the creative society is the value of human life, which is why all my functions are set up only to improve and maintain your health and well-being.
Oh, the first foundation. How could I forget? Now you convinced me. I'm ready.
Which program do you choose?
Daily routine for starters. Should I not breathe and stay still?
That will not be necessary. Feel at ease. Let me remind you that all procedures are absolutely painless and safe. Scanning your body now. You have a left middle cerebral artery aneurysm. If not removed, there remains a higher risk of hemorrhagic stroke, restoring the integrity of the vascular wall. The aneurysm has been removed, and there is no longer any risk of stroke.
Wow, that was incredible. Did you just remove the risk of a stroke in just a couple of seconds?
Yes, ensuring your well-being is my priority. Starting the daily care routine. This will take 30 seconds. Would you like me to turn on your favorite video?
Yes, please.
The daily care routine of your body is complete.
What do you mean?
30 seconds are over. Have a great day.
Feels better than after a whole day at the spa. what I've got.
Looks gorgeous. Have you tried it just now? I've been testing mine for weeks. This is something really incredible.
My capsule just saved me from a stroke. It detected an aneurysm and removed it in a couple of seconds.
Gosh, really? I'm so happy these capsules are available to everyone now.
That's true. But what about you? Are you seeing any changes?
Yeah, I ran mine right away under the Health and Rejuvenation program, and my skin has already improved. The spots are gone, the wrinkles have already started decreasing. Look! And the best part is, my joints aren't aching anymore. The other day, I purposely walked up to my apartment without taking the elevator just to check that. And to my surprise, I didn't experience any joint pain or shortness of breath.
Look at you, Mom. You got to hang on a capsule way quicker than I did.
Oh, it was so easy to use. It tells me everything. It told me I would take 9 months to fully rejuvenate. But I already feel like I'm 25.
Oh, Mom, I'm so happy for you.
Yes, my dear, me too. I am happy that we were able to build the Creative Society. And now all diseases and aging are a thing of the past.
Definitely.
Oh, I've got a call. I've got to run. Bye.
Speak to you later, Mom.
I wonder, what other amazing discoveries will our scientists make? It's breathtaking.
Yes, it is really breathtaking, and some other advances are just awaiting us in the Creative Society, because we'll never know to which extent can actually bring us these new physics that was also presented at the last part of the forum, the last video, and it was very, very intriguing that we as a humanity have this chance right now. And so these technologies that you just saw right now, right, the capsule of health, also it was mentioned in the beginning, to who was attentive, like that women just got from anything a cocktail drink. So it was a milkshake or something. And it also was done by replicator of matter. And this replicator is also will be possible when we develop this hypothesis. So, in any chance, we come into the conclusion that we need to develop Creative Society, and everything we should do right now is invest our time and efforts in informing people about Creative Society. So then we will allow scientists to have these conditions where they can really, in freedom, without any worries, develop this hypothesis into reality.
Y he explicado lo de la cámara de regeneración, tal y como...
There is no better way to explain about the regeneration capsule as it is shown in the video. In other words, in this case, it is better to watch the video instead of the words. And it really is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And on the top of that, from what I saw, you left out the topic of life extension, which is a kind of taboo, isn't it? Because it sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But the reality is that one of the possibilities of this device is also life extension. And according to a video I saw on the YouTube channel of the Creative Society, life could be extended up to 1500 years, which is really crazy and wonderful at the same time. Then another point that you mentioned, the replicator, what a huge breakthrough this is, because it means that with the stroke of a pen, without spending any money, you can end up the hunger in the world. Because after all, this is something that everyone will have for free, and it will meet all the needs that we have, mainly in food, that we need in the first place. And projecting this onto our living condition and such, we say, well, that's great, isn't it? But if you look at it in terms of a way of life, for example, in India, it's mind-boggling what it is. It's progress because, of course, in our living condition, in the society we live in, we can't explain. But for those people, it's a whole other level of progress and evolution that you can get instantly. So at the end of the day, it is totally awesome.
Diferente de avance y de evolución el que vamos a poder obtener al instante, ¿no? Así que es algo totalmente asombroso, en fin y al cabo.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. The capsule of regeneration is an amazing, amazing technology that was presented in the replicator. And also, not only that, but at the end of the forum, as we mentioned, the hypothesis, the scientific hypothesis, the theory actually showed how it is possible, and also showed how it's possible for us to prevent the radiation that's coming to our planet as well. And, you know, I wanted to ask you today, we have a lot of viewers that watch our programs, that follow the Creative Society, that understand, you know, the importance of the information voice, but they're still not taking the action. They're still not, you know, they haven't contacted the coordination center. They haven't yet taken the action into informing people. Maybe you can share some inspirational story or some inspiration for those who are still inactive, and explain to them how important it is to take action today.
Pues sí, principalmente.
I think the important thing is, once you've learned the information and understood it, start sharing it non-stop, because we all deserve to live a decent life and at least deserve to be aware of the information. There, of course, be some who have a slight, some twisted mind, and they will say that the model of the Creative Society does not fit them by the way they're used to living, right? Since the Creative Society offers a way to everyone, and of course it is well known that the hierarchical pyramid system leaves us no chance, so we have to focus completely on the Creative Society, on its 8 pillars. I think it is very important to succeed first of all. And then, of course, it's I tell you, it's a big breakthrough for all of us. I think everyone should at least learn what the Creative Society is. After that, people will have a chance to decide if they want to be a part of it. But look, let's see what is focused on, especially those who have a family or children. In this case, I don't have one, but I have another thing called a heart. For example, that it is to open it up to everyone. And people who have a family, you just think about the future of your children. And of course, if you're talking about this, think about your grandparents as well. The point is that your grandparents have been able to live without 20 to 30 years under the system that we have now. And we are saying that they will be able to live much longer and in a more beautiful way, as if they were born again. Because it is not the same as living your whole life in the system in which we're totally oppressed. It is to be born again in the system that will offer them all the achievements and meet all their needs to live a life filled with happiness.
Exactly. And thinking about elder people, inside people are still a child, and they still feel that the whole life is wait us in the future, and they make plans. And I look, for example, at my grandmother. So she also has a lot of plans and new ideas what she can do, and a lot of things to do. But in our current format, it's not possible, because the medicine is not as advanced. You need to really have a lot of money, and you need to have all this opportunity and the technical advances to cure all these diseases. And as you already said, it's in other countries, in some countries, it's not even possible to take care about all the people. And I mean, I'm not even saying about possibility to provide basic needs like food and drink, like fresh water and so on. And exactly this format, this type of relationship, this idea of creative society, it can really transform our lives. And that's also inspires me that we have so many opportunities, so many things to do in the creative society. So the only thing that we just need to start talking about it. It's a simple thing because, like we humans, we are socially active. So it's, it's natural for us to communicate. So maybe let's us communicate about our possibilities in the future. Because whenever you go, whenever you have some things to do, you can always start a conversation about creative society, and personally will already know and hear about our possibility, about our chance that we have.
Bueno, pues sobre todo, algo que...
Yeah, there is something that makes me quite angry. It's not even that it frustrates me. I try to understand how people think. Obviously, the information has to be adopted. It needs to fit in the heads of people. But one thing that I'd like to emphasize a little bit is that what we've talked about earlier, the word globalism, that we have to understand that it's a good thing because the meaning of the world has unfortunately been very much distorted. And it would be a good thing to make one say its true meaning, at least in order to begin to integrate into what our society is being transformed into. I'd like also to say that people should put aside their laziness because it's understandable that they see a 12-hour video and so when I'm going to watch it all. And of course they live for tomorrow, for later, whereas if we really want to make a difference, what should we do? Start taking action, right? No one is asking everyone to get directly involved because everyone has their own lives and needs, and maybe not everyone can spend some of their time, which isn't much, but everyone has their own priorities, right? So it's just a matter of people having to stop being lazy because laziness isn't going to change the situation. The situation changes with action and it's time to act. It's very simple.
Thank you so much. You're absolutely correct. And, yes, the forum, Global Crisis, There Is a Way Out, that took place on April 22nd did last for 12 hours. But I have to say, and I'm sure many people that watched that will agree, that this is the most important information that you will ever hear. This information talks about the problems that we have today, and most importantly, it talks about the solutions, something that is not voiced anywhere else. And that is how we know that the creative society is our only option as humanity to survive. And that is why it's so important for all people to start sharing this information, for all people to start talking about it, because only once everyone knows about the creative society as the solution can we start building this amazing world for all people. And that is so inspiring. It is so wonderful to have people join us every single day who watch the forum, who understand the creative society, who understand its importance, and who want to help and who want to share this information. And dear viewers, our discussion is coming to an end. Thank you so much for being with us today. Again, we encourage every single person to watch the forum, Global Crisis, There Is a Way Out, to share information about it. Even right now, go on the website, creativesociety.com. Share the information. The forum was simultaneously interpreted by amazing volunteer translators into 150 languages of the world in order for this information to reach every single person. And we are so happy for Yuri for being with us today. Thank you so much for joining us, for sharing your feedback, and we look forward to future discussions.